This video might be a little bit longer than some of the other ones because we'll watch videos within this recorded lecture. And I want to make sure that we watch all three because they're talking about the same thing, which is emotion and mediated communication. If you've taken a communication class before, you might be aware of ethos, pathos, and logos in terms of persuasive communication. This would be considered in the pathos category. So that's just like a little review if you're into that. So while we're watching this video, I want you to try to point out the emotion that's being invoked, and if it's effective.
Janet saw a creepy guy in the cul-de-sac last night.
What you don't know about your garage door will kill you.
It's official. You can't eat wheat bread.
Someone's been stealing packages.
They call them porch pirates.
My son bought a snake on the dark web.
It's a python.
5 years, robots will be able to do your job, your job, your job, your job, your job, your job.
Are you listening?
Always, Denise. We are always listening.
In a world full of fear,
someone has been stealing packages.
Simply safe. On.
Your home should be anything but. Because home is a place you should simply feel safe.
Okay, so we would chat about this if we were in person classroom. But if you identify the emotional appeal, you might say fear is the main one, of course. And then also humor, I think, is used there too. As a consumer, how might you respond to this sort of emotional ad? Do you think that the use of emotional appeal is effective, and why or why not? And this would be where we have a discussion about fear appeals and if they're effective or not. Usually, fear appeals are the least effective form of emotional appeal in advertisements or otherwise. And that's because, generally speaking, if we don't have an action message, or if we don't perceive the threat to be severe enough, then we're less likely to discard the message itself. So the target audience for this ad would be homeowners, of course, because it's a Simply Safe security system advertisement. I personally don't think that this advertisement is very effective. I do think it's kind of funny, and I think that it stays in my mind. So I'm cognitively central route processing it if we think back to ELM, but I think a lot of people probably wouldn't process it that way. Let's look at this video, and I want you to think about the emotional appeal being used, if it's effective, and also the target audience. So just take note of those things.
Thanks for having us this weekend, Mrs. Garcia.
Yeah, thanks, Mom.
Of course, and I love these flowers.
Hey, did you bring the condom?
What's up?
Condoms, Charlie. She wants to know if you brought any condoms.
Yeah, I brought some.
Eargo, a virtually invisible hearing loss solution with high-quality sound and lifetime support.
Okay, so the emotional appeal being used is humor, right? And it's a little cringe humor. And generally speaking, the humor side of ads works better than fear, right? There's something called eudaimonia and hedonistic premise, which we'll talk a little bit more about later. But this is inherently positive. It's hedonic, which is having to do with positive messages, and humor leans into that. It's not a complex message. So we might not use well, I don't know. You can think about what cognitive route you use to process that message. But in terms of the target audience, this is definitely targeted toward aging individuals, either in like the young old category, like 55 to 65 plus, right? I thought that was funny. I hope you thought it was funny. Okay, here's an ad, and I want you to, again, think about the emotional appeal and who the target audience is. And I hope this one, let me see, this one's not playing. Okay, let's see. Why is that one not playing? Let's try it again. Nope, it's not working. Okay. Stand by. Stop share. I'm gonna open in browser. Oh, it says it's not available. Okay, I'm gonna pause this. Okay, I was able to access it on YouTube. So again, same things, point out the emotional appeal being used in the target audience.
Welcome home, buddy.
You and me, we were made for love. A lifetime is not long enough to show you what you mean to me. Ooh, I'll be waiting here for you when you come home to me.
I'll see you later, buddy. Hey, I'm sorry. I decided I shouldn't drive home last night. I stayed at Dave.
When you come home,
I'm back. I'm back.
To me.
Yeah, I'm back.
Y'all, I cried every time that video at that commercial, which makes me feel so silly. I've watched it a million times, but here we are again for the millionth time. So in terms of who the target audience is, I would say dog owners. Oh, sorry, I'm still playing music here on Mind Chatter. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so the target audience is people who have dogs, younger adults into maybe middle adulthood, and also beer drinkers, right? And the message is, and the thing that you could argue is ineffective is like, well, they're not selling more beer, and that's the manifest function of the ad, right? And it's arguable that that's it, and if it's instead to not drink and drive, which is the main message also, which I think is very effective. I would love to hear any disagreements you might have about that. But you just watched 3 different videos. The emotion involved in this one, it's complex emotions, right? So there's joy, we love dogs, and the dog's happy, and the dog dad is happy, and then there's like immense sadness when you think that something happened to the dog's dad, right? And this is just how I talk about animals because I am a dog person myself. And then you're happy again, right? So it's like a complex roller coaster of emotions. That is pretty effective. So I'm going to end this video here and pick up with more emotional responses to me.